Korner Radio Show. That's your Keep It or Kick It song of the week. Let me know whether you want us to play it again next week on the New Jack segment or not. If you do, we'll keep it. If you don't, we'll kick it. And you let us know by going to thekkradioshow@gmail.com. Again, that's thekkradioshow@gmail.com. And let us know what you think about the song. Once again, if you want to submit a song to the Keep It or Kick It segment, it's got to be 3 minutes long. It's got to be an MP3 only. And it's got to be cleaner than a baby's booty for me to play. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keri's Korner Radio Show. Two beautiful ladies that my girl Lil Nat referred to the Keri's Korner Radio Show. I listen to this song. Y'all know I usually don't. And I love it. It's called, well, Fancy Cars, but we're gonna let them talk about that. Herstory, welcome to my corner of the world.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being on the show. So, other than the fact that I can't see, bear with me.
That's all right.
For you. And Doritos. Welcome to the show. So, how did you come up with the name Herstory? I love that.
Well, okay, so I'll say it.
And your name?
My name is Tiziana.
Tiziana.
I'm half of Herstory.
Tiziana.
Yes, we actually were coming up with names. We are a couple, so we were like, okay, let's just be Tizzy and Chantal, but that was a little bit like too.
Yeah.
So I was listening to a Drake song.
I'm sorry.
And which one was it? It's okay. What was the name of the song, babe?
Don't ask me.
Wait.
I forgot the song.
I think it's Crew Love. I think.
Well,
I think it is Crew Love.
We'll never
and
play
I do
it,
by the weekend. It's by the weekend, but
Drake.
Drake is in it.
I think.
And there's a part where he's like, I turned my story and
I told my story.
I told my story to make his story.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, that's perfect because as a writer, I'm always writing about a specific female or about myself. So her story was pretty much exactly what represents what we do in our music. We always speak about her.
You know, I because I'm old school, you know, the TLC's first album was called Ooh on the TLC Tip, and they had a song on that album called Herstory, H-I-S capital H-I-S story, and, you know, his story over mine, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I thought about when I heard the name of your duo. And I love this, too, because I'm a huge fan of female duet groups. You had Changing Faces back in the day. You had Jeanne back in the day. You had, Terry and Monica back in the day.
Wasn't Floetry one also?
Floetry too, right?
Is it Floetry?
I don't know. I think Floetry was more than...
A little bit more.
It was just two of them?
Yeah, I think it was just two of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think when two sisters come together, because when you have a group, you have to share all kinds of harmonic thingamajiggies. Right. But when it's the two sisters that come together, they can just... It's either one of you or the other. And I think that that's a real strong thing when it comes to the music because you're given like two doses of passion. Speaking of which, so you two are a couple.
Yes.
Happy, I think they had the...
Pride Month, yes.
Yeah, because today when I was walking here, everybody was taking pictures near I think it's Trinity Church, one of those famous... I'm a heathen. I don't... One church, same thing to
it's
me.
Right.
Sorry, well, whatever. So they were, like, more people than usual were taking pictures of the church. I was like, what's the big deal with the steeple? And then I looked up, and it wasn't the steeple. It was that there was the American flag on one side of the church, and the rainbow flag was on the other side of the church. And I was like, wow. So that's what they're taking pictures of. Interesting. So how is it, what is it like, because I'm single and have been for the vast majority of my life.
Oh, my God.
You.
I'm fine with that, because cohabitation and Keri D. Singleton don't mix anyway.
Oh.
I like to
it's
keep
not for
it
everybody.
and kick it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say,
that
too.
was horrible.
It's all right.
It's
As long
not
as you're
for me.
good.
But at least not now. And then next week I'll be in love, right?
Right.
Wrong. But what I mean, like, there's the dynamics that happen with relationships. So like what happens if you all get pissed off at each other and don't feel like talking? Like, how do you deal with
I just
the
write
studio
about
session?
it.
I mean,
what if you have a show and you like, you know what, I don't want to be bothered. And then I want you to speak. What's your name, sweetie?
I'm Chantal.
Chantal. So Chantal, what happens if you don't feel like speaking to homegirl? Right? She done pissed you off. She didn't. I don't know. She stepped on your banana or something, and I don't know. Just pissed you off.
I mean, before anything else, we always make sure that we're both in the same page. So we discuss that regardless of what's going on between me and her, even in the event that if we break up type of scenario.
Yeah, like how would that happen before a world tour?
Well, that doesn't take away the music. You know, the music is our career, is our business. Our relationship is a separate thing.
Right.
I mean, luckily we're in a great place, and it looks like we're going into an even better place.
Thank you. I love love.
And that conversation thankfully it was just like a what if, you know, and we come to agreements what would happen if, but that doesn't take anything away from the music.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, let's say, you know, eventually.
Heaven forbid.
No, but let's say eventually we become crazy popular and we have a lot of fans.
No, you will.
Well, yes. And we have a lot of fans that count on us. Like, we can't just disregard everything that we have just because we came to a disagreement.
So now, are you all going to come out? This is a play on words, like nobody's business. As a couple.
Yeah, we already.
Okay. So the fellas already know when they see you.
Yeah, they know the deal.
Just don't even stop it. Like,
they know the deal.
And even the sisters, they're like, you can watch, but you can't touch.
That's exactly how it is.
We make it our business whenever we have a performance, just to like let everybody know, like, we are a couple. Not to put it out there, like, you know, stay away, but just to show people like you can be in a committed relationship, whether you're straight, gay, whatever it is, and still do this thing. Because either way, I don't think there's that many couples that actually do music together or any other side of business.
Well, I don't listen to today's music other than yours, to be honest.
Thank you.
But even back in the day, I don't. If that was the case, they kept it under wraps. Like
probably.
But this is why I feel like her story is unique and it's necessary because you don't see this often. You know, we're the very first.
Just to add on what she said, like another play of the name. If you know Story, S and T are right next to each other. Chantal and Tizzy right next to each other.
And they shall never be separated.
No?
Nope.
Yes. I want everybody to hear the hype that I'm talking about. Like I straight up was like, so this is the deal. When it's really hot, and I love heat. One of my favorite things to do when it's like steaming hot, like I have an AC in my bedroom and in my living room. I keep them off. I have the fans going on. So I like to go in the shower, right? And because I live alone, one of the reasons that I have to live alone, when I get out the shower butt ass naked, I like to go in my room and just air dry, like straight up. I just stand there.
I do too. It's the best.
You're not the only one.
So it's not just me, right?
No,
just stand there and let
the
air dry you off. Like, thank God my neighbors can't see my apartment.
No,
you know, we have a big fence anyway, and
just
let it all hang out. And while I was butt ass naked, like Jesus on the cross,
I'm visualizing this right now. Go ahead.
Well, letting it all hang out, I was listening to your song.
Okay.
Naked.
Nice.
And wet.
Were you dancing to it?
Huh?
Like, hopefully you were dancing to
it. You know what I learned?
It.
There's a couple of things that black males like me should not do. Jumping jacks and dancing and cooking while naked.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right.
Anybody.
Now, if I was Asian...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I said it. Well, if I was a Chinese guy, I could do jumping jacks. It wouldn't have any bearing on anything. You know, it's like a little rice.
It wouldn't be that heavy.
Right, exactly. You know, but I'm black. And well, you know. At any rate.
It hangs.
Yes, it does. Sure. Anyway. My station manager is cringing over there.
He's hiding back there.
He's probably on the phone, not paying any attention. But let's introduce your song because I'm really excited as I was to be naked. I was a lot more excited to hear your song. So, without any further ado, I want you guys to introduce your new single.
Yes, you're about to listen to "Fancy Cars" by Herstory.
That's right. On Keri's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and new checks.
Taking with you, and now you're back on this side. You said you wanna promise, okay, I'm here. But now you're looking backwards, and now you're stuck on my mind. Was it all the fancy cars? Was it the church? Was it all his crazy friends who made up things to make it work? Was it all the sex you had? We could have made it work. We had a lasting love, but you wanted to hurt me. Oh, here I am running back like a crazy fool. Faded on all the thoughts and the times we had. Look, I made it back to you. Made it back to you. Always back to you. It's always about you. You said that you were all mine. Okay, alright. Now I'm feeling left behind. It's always on your time. Every single thought of you. And him has me so lost inside. I can't get it out of my head. Was it all the fancy cars? Was it the church? Was it all his crazy friends who made up things to make it work? Was it all the sex you had? We could have made it work. We had a lasting love, but you wanted to hurt me. Oh, here I am running back like a crazy fool. Faded on all the thoughts and times we had. Look, I made it back to you. Made it back to you. Always back to you. It's always about you. Here I am running back like a crazy fool. Faded on all the thoughts and the times we had. Look, I made it back to you. Made it back to you. Always back to you. It's always about you.
Fancy Cars by Herstory right here on the Keri's Korner Radio Show. We had so much fun during the break. I got to do Instagrammies for the ladies. What inspired you guys to write that song?
Tizzy over here, she's the writer.
Okay.
I'm more of the composer.
So Tizzy, what inspired you to write
the
lyrics there?
Well, I have a best friend, and I'm not gonna put out her name, but she inspired me. I always say, I write about her, but I feel like I connected to her in this situation where when you're dealing with bisexuality or just trying to figure yourself out and you're dating around and all that stuff, you sometimes do fall into relationships with men just so you can kind of
cover it up.
Not cover it up necessarily, but
what's more socially acceptable,
or what's socially acceptable. But I wrote it because of her conflict between this back and forth between her sexuality, and sometimes you do go for the fanciness, you do go for the flashy bling bling, and it's just,
or even religion.
The story just came from that.
There was the part like, was it the church?
Was it the church? You know? Was it the sex?
Like,
was
what made you go back to
that you're
him?
talking to? You know, sometimes you just get pushed for other specific reasons other than love. So
as far as composition is concerned, because I'm a person that really gets into music, and I think that's one of the reasons that I love this song, is because aside from the fact that I was naked,
I love that.
Well, so did I. Believe me. Believe me. No, but like the vibe was just so. Ooh.
And that's what I felt when I heard the track. I was like, "Ooh, this is like a song that you sit down in the stoop in Brooklyn and you just like bop to, or you smoke to, or you drink to, or you talk to your friends through." And
when she showed it to me, I was like, we gotta do that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, this song is not. I didn't make this particular track. However, we're working on a project, an EP to hopefully.
Thankfully.
Yes, hopefully release it soon.
Okay.
And I do out of like hopefully I think it would be like 6 tracks. I do because I play piano, guitar, and I also did some of the other tracks in the.
Do me a favor, Jamal. Can you get that guitar over there?
She'll take it.
No? Okay, well, never mind. He says no. I guess it's still broken. I wasn't going to ask you to play it. I was just going to, like, ask you, like, what the different parts and components were.
I could tell you.
He doesn't want anybody to touch his thing.
That's okay.
He doesn't want anybody to
That's his baby.
Play his strings. It's probably still broken. But at any rate, Do you guys perform?
Yeah.
We do.
So I would love to see you guys perform that
We
song.
usually, like this song, for example, she heard the track and loved it, and then I took it and turned it into an acoustic to perform an acoustically
Nice.
also, to have it like more slowed down. That way people really listen to the lyrics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what about the V word video?
The video, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the process.
I
It'll come
need
out soon.
to definitely be told when you guys do that video shoot.
Oh, we will.
Because I am your I'm a fan. I'm a fan now.
We're a fan
thank
too.
You. We're a
So,
fan of you.
I really definitely want to be able to be supportive.
Mhm.
Speaking of the project that you guys are working on, what kind of songs and topics do you think that you'll cover on your EP?
I mean,
We're trying to keep it very versatile,
yeah.
like very versatile.
But also, we do like to stand for the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it is what we go through, what
Mhm.
the LGBT community goes through on a daily.
Or even relationships, period.
Period. So
Period.
love,
yeah,
yeah.
love, life,
Mhm.
happiness.
Might there be any political edge or no?
I mean, we don't.
Not really.
Take jabs at anybody,
not
but I-
specific, like
not
not
specifically.
Republican versus Democrat.
No, no,
I'm
no.
saying like you're saying that you would be dealing with the whole LGBT situation. There's a lot of politics that go along with that. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I meant.
I mean, right now we've been keeping it more as far as like kind of
Towards relationships,
showing
I guess.
people like
okay,
even though like we're all the same, like you can relate to us.
exactly.
We go through the same relationship issues that
As
somebody
everybody
else
else.
is gonna go through,
Well,
right?
not me because I'm single, but yeah.
If
I get
you
the point.
if you look at our very first music video, it's pretty much me
Very
and her,
explicit.
and it's very explicit.
What's it called? We want people to
Get
know.
with you.
Get with you.
Oh,
That was
it's
our
on
very
YouTube?
first single.
Yeah, it's on
YouTube.
Okay.
And the thing with that was that inspired me to continue writing and making more music for the LGBT community was that there was this one specific person, everybody else loved it, but there was this one gentleman that was like, I love the video. It was great. You sounded amazing, but you should have had a guy in it. And you should try to cover up who you are so you can make it, and all that
You
stuff.
know what I would have said to him because I got a really slick mouth?
What?
Would having a guy in it made you want to watch it more?
I mean, I'm sure
That's a
he
good
what I
answer.
would've said to him. Like,
That's a great
what's the
answer.
point?
I'm sure he would have said
I
hell
probably
yeah.
wouldn't have been that nice.
No,
But-
but
It's radio.
No, I know.
You know, I'm trying to be as nice as I can on the
Of
subject.
course.
But I applaud the fact that your art is not going to be something that you guys feel needs to be betrayed by the fact that you're in a relationship. I think that's the component that I was thinking about when I came over here. Like,
Right.
like how is that going to work? Because from what I'm told,
Right.
relationships are very, very difficult.
They
And
are.
to
They
sustain
are.
a relationship and a music career as two independent components is not going to be easy for you guys, but I really think that you're going to do great in both.
I hope
Yeah.
so. Yeah, like the way I see it, like for us is that, like let's say for example, two people who've already made their own name and their own brand separately, and then they come together.
Right.
It could be very easy to clash, but with us, it's kind of like we didn't plan to become a group.
Right.
I literally like the way we became who we are is like I made a piano piece and she heard it and she's like, I can write to that. I had never to that point heard her writing.
Really.
And the minute I heard it, I became her number one fan. And then from then on, it's just one thing after another. And then we eventually, because we always sang together,
Right.
But
but
we
then
never
it's
created anything.
our passion and our drive go together.
Well, I
Right,
want to
so-
say from the bottom of my little heart, I love you both together
Thank you.
as a couple.
Thank
I'm looking at the glowingness here, and it's not just the light up there.
The
And
magic.
I love you too as musicians. You're awesome.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome. Do not stop what you're doing, and I would definitely be there
Definitely
to
not.
support you
Thank
in
you.
every endeavor. Social media, let people know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. Go ahead.
you all guys can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Duo Herstory.
Duo. So
Yeah,
spell it out because some of my listeners have not gone past
DUOH.
GED.
Yeah, DUO.
HERSTORY.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Duo Herstory, all one word.
Okay.
And the YouTube is just Her Story.
Okay. What's one fun fact about her story that my listeners would be the only ones to know?
Fun fact.
Ooh.
That we started our relationship in a car.
In a car?
Okay, so this is the wrong show
Not
for
like
you to say
not
something like that. You better clean that up
But
before I get
our
on it.
relationship started in a car,
car.
saying like
I've had a lot of
we would
relationships that
travel,
started
we
in
would
cars.
always be in a car singing together or
Oh.
vibing out, and I think that's how her story really started.
Do they not know that?
I don't think a lot of people.
Because I know Get With You is based on like the
Well, my
beginning of
listeners
our
might not
friendship.
know
they
that.
don't know.
True.
That's funny. I had a relationship that started on the first car of the 6 train.
Well, there you go. Well, we're both Libras.
It ended
That's
by the
another-
time I got to Pelham Bay Park, but
That's
You-
something
you
they
didn't
don't
even
know.
get it.
No, no,
Hey.
trust me, we got you.
That relationship was like, okay.
yeah, it was just
like one stop, like a
oh,
one
it's
stop
more than
relationship.
one stop, sweetie. I go hard. I mean, I go long. I mean,
Hey,
The train
I thought
was
this was
local.
not that type of show.
well,
I know.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for being on the Keri's
no,
Corner
thank
Radio
you.
Show. I can't wait for you to come back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Herstory. And
Thank
make sure
you.
you check them out and get a copy. Can they buy the song yet? Or
Yes, of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
let them know.
It's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
iTunes, on Spotify.
Yeah,
on
you can
Amazon.
go on our Instagram. The link is right on the bio, or
Okay.
you could just type song.link
Okay.
/fancy cars.
Okay. Let's take some pictures. And for the rest of y'all that's listening in listening land, enjoy your throwbacks because it's going to be hot. Keri's Corner Radio Show, your new home for throwbacks and new jacks. And new jacks and throwbacks. And now it's time for the throwbacks. So last but not least, make sure you vote the kkradioshow@gmail.com. Let me know whether $1 Million Check gets the $1 million votes or not. And I'll see y'all next week on Keri's Corner. Let's go.